It started on a Tuesday night in early 2026. I was alone in my apartment, the kind of cramped one-bedroom in a Brooklyn walk-up that cost more than it's worth. The city hummed outside my window, distant sirens wailing like they always do, the occasional honk from a cab stuck in traffic. I'd just gotten off a long shift at the coffee shop, my hands still smelling like espresso grounds. I collapsed on the couch, scrolling through my phone, mindlessly liking posts on social media. Nothing out of the ordinary. The call came at 11:47 p.m. My phone vibrated on the coffee table, the screen lighting up the dim room. I glanced at it, expecting a spam call, or maybe my roommate checking in. She was out of town for the week. But the number wasn't familiar. It wasn't even a number, really. It showed up as 000-000-0000. I frowned. Telemarketers usually have some digits. I let it ring, figuring it'd go to voicemail. It didn't stop. The vibration kept going, buzzing against the wood like an insistent insect. After 10 rings, I picked up. Hello? Static. At first, that's all there was. A low, crackling hum, like an old radio between stations. Then a voice, faint, almost buried under the noise. Hello? Can you hear me? It was a woman. Her tone was urgent, breathless. Yeah, I can hear you, I said, sitting up a little. Who is this? Oh, thank God. I've been trying to reach someone, anyone. My name's Sarah. I'm stuck. I need help. Stuck? I rubbed my eyes, the fatigue from the day hitting me. Stuck where? Are you okay? Should I call the police? No, don't hang up, please. They'll know if you do. Her voice dropped to a whisper, the static swelling around her words. I'm in the walls, or behind them. I don't know. It's dark here, cold. I can hear you moving around, but I can't get out. I laughed. It was nervous, reflexive. This had to be a prank. Some app or viral thing kids were doing. Very funny. How'd you get my number? I'm not joking. The static cleared for a moment, and I heard something else, scratching, like nails on drywall. I was like you once, living in an apartment just like this. Then I answered a call from this number. And now, I'm here, listening, waiting. A chill ran down my spine. The room felt colder suddenly, the radiator in the corner hissing softly. I stood up, pacing the small living room. Okay, Sarah, if that's your name, what's my address? Prove you're in the walls. She paused. The scratching grew louder. You're on the 3rd floor. The floorboards creak near the kitchen. There's a stain on the ceiling from last year's leak. And you're wearing gray sweatpants, the ones with the coffee spill from this morning. My heart skipped. How? I glanced around. No cameras. Windows were shut, blinds drawn. Who the hell are you? How do you know that? I can see you, through the cracks, the vents. Please, don't leave. If you hang up, it'll pull me back deeper. I need you to listen. There's a way out, but I need your help. I didn't hang up. I should have. But curiosity or stupidity kept me on the line. What do you need me to do? Find the source. In your apartment. There's something hidden. A loose panel, maybe in the closet, or under the sink. It's where the calls come from. This was insane, but her voice, it sounded so real, terrified. I put the phone on speaker and walked to the kitchen. The floor did creak just like she said. Under the sink, pipes dripped slowly. I knelt down, shining my phone's flashlight. Nothing but cleaning supplies and dust. Try the bedroom closet, she whispered. The static buzzed again, like interference from somewhere close. I moved to the bedroom. The closet was a mess. Clothes piled on the floor, boxes from my move last year. I pushed them aside, feeling the back wall. Solid, but then my fingers caught on a seam. A panel, slightly raised. I pried at it with my nails. Don't stop, Sarah urged. It's there. The panel popped loose. Behind it, a small cavity, and inside, an old phone jack. Rusted, wires frayed, but connected to nothing, just dangling. "What is this?" I muttered. "That's it, the entry point. Pull the wires." I hesitated. The apartment was silent now, save for the distant rumble of the subway below. I reached in, grabbed the wires. They felt cold, almost slimy. As I yanked, the line went dead. Static gone. Sarah's voice vanished. "Hello? Sarah?" Nothing. I sat back, breathing hard. Sweat beaded on my forehead despite the chill. It was over. A weird glitch, maybe. Or a hacked call. I blocked the number, though how do you block zeros? And tried to shake it off. Poured myself a glass of water, watched some mindless TV, but sleep didn't come easy that night. Every creak in the building made me jump. The next morning I chalked it up to exhaustion. Work was busy, pouring lattes for harried commuters, the espresso machine hissing like an angry cat. By evening, I was back home, ordering takeout via app. Pad Thai, from the place down the block. As I waited, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. 000-000-0000. My stomach dropped. The message. "You shouldn't have pulled the wires." I stared at the screen. No way. I deleted it, but another came. "I'm closer now." Then a call, same number. I let it ring. It stopped after 5, then started again. I answered, anger overriding fear. "Leave me alone." Sarah's voice, but different, weaker. "It's not me. Something else is using the line now. You open the door wider." "What door? What the hell is going on?" A long pause, scratching again but closer, like from inside my walls. "These old buildings, they're wired wrong. Not for phones, for something older. Entities that slip through signals. They mimic voices to get in. I was the warning. Now it's here." I heard it then, not on the phone, in the room. A low whisper echoing her words but distorted, like a bad recording. "Hang up," Sarah pleaded. "But don't. If you do, it'll find another way." I threw the phone across the room. It shattered against the wall, screen cracking. Silence. Blessed silence. I grabbed my keys, intending to crash at a friend's place. But as I reached the door, the landline rang. I don't have a landline, never did. In the kitchen, mounted on the wall, an old rotary phone, yellowed plastic, cord tangled. It wasn't there before, I swear. It rang again, insistent. I picked it up. "Who is this?" Laughter, soft, gurgling, not Sarah. "You." The line went dead, but the whispering didn't stop. It came from the vents now, words I couldn't make out, but they sounded like my name, repeated, over and over. That night, I didn't leave, couldn't. The doorknob turned, but the lock stuck, like something held it from the other side. I barricaded myself in the bedroom, lights on, heart pounding in my chest. Sweat soaked my shirt. The city outside mocked me, lights flickering in windows across the street, people living normal lives. Around 3 a.m., the power flickered. The bulb overhead buzzed, casting shadows that danced unnaturally. In the mirror on the dresser, my reflection stared back. But it blinked when I didn't. I smashed the mirror. Glass shattered, cutting my hand. Blood dripped onto the floorboards. And from the cracks, a hand reached up. Pale, veined, fingers grasping. I screamed, pulled away. It receded, but the whispering grew louder. "Join us. The signal's strong now." Morning came eventually. Light filtered through the blinds. The door opened easily. No hand, no phone on the wall, just my broken cell on the floor. I bought a new phone that day, prepaid, no apps. But as I set it up, it rang. 000-000-0000. I answered, couldn't help it. "Sarah?" I whispered. "No," the voice replied. Mine. It's you now. We're in the walls, waiting for the next call. I hung up, but the damage was done. Now, every time my phone buzzes, I wonder, is it them or me? The apartment feels smaller, colder. I hear scratching at night, and sometimes when I look in reflections, windows, screens, my eyes aren't mine. Have you ever answered a call like that? From a number that doesn't exist? If you have, don't pull the wires. It only lets them in deeper. The new phone was supposed to be clean. No contacts, no apps, just calls and texts. I bought it from a bodega on Atlantic Avenue, cash only, the clerk barely looking up from his phone. I powered it on in the subway on the way home, the car rattling beneath me, fluorescent lights flickering every few tunnels. No missed calls, no texts. For the first time in days, I breathed easier. That lasted until I stepped off at my stop. The platform smelled like wet concrete and burnt pretzels. As I climbed the stairs to the street, the prepaid buzzed once in my pocket. Short vibration. Notification. I pulled it out. Unknown sender. 0000000000000. Message. You changed devices. Cute. But the line follows. My thumb hovered over delete. Instead, I opened it. Below the text, a single audio file attached, 7 seconds long. I shouldn't have pressed play, but the street noise, horns, chatter, distant MTA announcements felt too loud, too normal. I needed to know. I hit play with one earbud in. Static first, then breathing. Mine. Shallow, panicked. The kind I make when I'm trying not to scream. Then my voice, clear, calm, the way I sound when I'm on the phone with my mom. Yeah, it's fine, just a glitch. I'll be okay. The recording ended. I stood frozen on the sidewalk. People pushed past me. A delivery bike nearly clipped my leg. I hadn't said those words out loud. Not to anyone, not even to myself. I deleted the message, blocked the sender again, walked faster toward my building. The doorman wasn't there, probably on break, so I used my key fob. Elevator up to 3. Hallway smelled faintly of someone's burnt dinner. My door looked normal. Paint chipped in the same places. Brass numbers slightly crooked. Inside, everything was where I left it. Couch cushions askew. Coffee mug on the table with yesterday's dregs. I locked the door, deadbolt and chain. Sat on the edge of the bed, stared at the new phone like it might bite. It didn't ring that night. Not at first. Around 2:17 a.m., I woke to the sound of dialing. Not my phone. The tone was old school, rotary clicks, slow and deliberate, coming from the kitchen wall. I sat up, heart immediately racing. The rotary phone was back. Same yellowed plastic, same tangled cord, plugged into nothing. The dial spun on its own, 7 digits, then paused. Click, 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 like fingers testing the mechanism. I didn't move, just watched. The receiver lifted an inch off the hook, hovered, then dropped back with a soft clack. Silence. Then it rang. Loud, piercing, echoing in the small space like the bell was inside my skull. I answered before I could think. Stop this. A pause, then Sarah's voice again, hoarse, almost gone. You shouldn't have answered the new one. It tagged the signal to you permanently. What does that even mean? My hand shook so hard the receiver rattled against my ear. It means you're the new relay. Every time someone near you gets a call from zeros, it bounces through you. You're the antenna now. That's impossible. You pulled the wires. You let it widen the crack. Now it's using your voice, your breathing, your memories to call others. I laughed, dry, broken. So what? I'm supposed to live like this forever? No, you can still close it, but it costs. Costs what? Another pause, scratching now, not on the line, behind the drywall. Slow, methodical, like measuring. Your reflection, she whispered. Give it up. Smash every mirror, every screen that shows your face, every window at night when the lights are on. Sever the visual echo. It's how they anchor. I glanced toward the bathroom. The door was ajar. Light from the hallway spilled across the sink. I could see the edge of the medicine cabinet mirror, my silhouette in it. That's insane, I said. So is hearing yourself talk from inside the walls. The scratching stopped, then started again, closer to the bedroom wall now. I hung up, ripped the cord from the wall. The rotary clattered to the floor. Plastic cracked, but the line was dead anyway. I didn't sleep after that. I sat with my back against the headboard, knees up, staring at the dark corners. Every few minutes the building groaned. Old pipes, settling beams, the subway 2 blocks away. Normal sounds. I told myself that. Normal. By dawn I was exhausted, eyes burning, throat raw. I called out sick from work, texted my manager. Not feeling well, need a few days. She replied with a thumbs up emoji. No questions. Good. I spent the morning taping black trash bags over every reflective surface. Bathroom mirror, bedroom mirror, already cracked from last time, the TV screen, laptop, even the toaster's chrome side. I used duct tape, layers, no gaps. When I finished, the apartment looked like a crime scene or a bunker. The windows were trickier. During the day, light came in, but at night, reflections, street lights, my own silhouette against the glass. I hung blankets, pushed the bookshelf in front of the biggest one. It felt ridiculous, but the scratching had stopped. For hours. Maybe it worked. Around noon, my new phone buzzed. I almost didn't check, but I did. Voicemail. One new, from 00000, static. Then a man's voice, deep, tired. Hello? Anyone there? I got a call, said my name, said I was stuck. I don't know what's happening. Please pick up if you hear this. My blood went cold. He sounded like me. Same cadence, same slight Brooklyn edge I try to hide. I didn't call back, deleted it. But 10 minutes later, another. Different voice. Woman this time. Younger. I can hear breathing on the other end. Is someone there? I'm scared. It said I answered the wrong number. Now I'm here, in the dark. Please. I turned the phone off, removed the battery, threw it in a drawer. But the calls kept coming. Not to me, to people near me, through me. That evening I went out. Needed air. Needed to be around people who weren't losing their minds. I walked to the corner bodega, bought cigarettes I don't smoke anymore, just for something to do with my hands. The cashier, a guy I see almost every day, looked at me. Silence. Then, from inside the closet, a soft click. Like a phone receiver lifting. I didn't open the door. I couldn't. Instead, I whispered, Sarah, are you still there? No answer. But something answered in my own voice, from the other side of the wall. She's gone. You're the last echo. I haven't left the apartment since. Food delivered, left at the door. I don't open it until the footsteps fade. My new phone stays off. But sometimes in the dead quiet I hear it vibrate, even powered down. And last night, I caught myself humming, a tune I don't know. But my reflection in the blacked-out TV screen moved a half-second slower than I did. I think the crack is widening again. I think I'm calling people now, without meaning to. If you get a call from zeros, from someone who sounds like they're right next to you, hang up, don't listen, don't answer, and whatever you do, don't pull any wires.